My name is Vera Janssen. I'm the 2010 Queen of the Hill.
And I'm KJ from Shredventures.
This is our crew today. We got Grant Clark from Shredventures and Julie from Mafia.com.
We love riding powder and explore untouched mountains.
And we feel that life's very precious, so we want to take a moment to explain the basics of avalanches, teach you how to use your avalanche gear and what to do in case of an avalanche.
This video will not replace taking an avalanche course or practicing your transceivers, but we hope it will motivate you to go out and practicing.
You never know where and when avalanches will occur, but as much as 90% of avalanches and fatal avalanche accidents are triggered by the victim or by someone in the victim's party. Here are a few things to look out for.
Check your local avalanche report before you head out in the morning to see the danger.
It uses a 5-point danger scale from green, low to red, extreme. Match your terrain choices to these conditions.
Recognize avalanche terrain.
The most reliable sign that avalanches might happen is recent avalanche activity. Keep your eyes and ears open and remember on which aspects you've seen avalanches and how deep the slabs were. Other signs to look out for is blowing snow and snow falling at a rate of more than 2 centimeters per hour.
Travel smartly in the backcountry. Watch out above you to see the ridges, tops.
Keep distance to each other so that if an avalanche occurs, not your entire group gets buried. Most avalanche accidents happen in bluebird weather, when everyone's excited to ride POW and feels courageous to do big hill climbs and drop in the lines.
It is absolutely necessary to carry your backpack with your avalanche gear. This is your transceiver, your shovel and your probe.
If you spend lots of time in the backcountry, it makes sense to also get an avalanche airbag and an Avalanche.
Avalanche airbag is the only tool that can prevent you from being buried.
There's a 98% survival rate for those who have deployed their airbags in an avalanche. The transceiver is pretty easy to use, but it definitely takes some practice. You don't want to take it out for the first time after the avalanche actually occurred. We used to play lots of hide and seek games or find your beer to get faster and more confident with our transceivers. We usually do a couple of transceiver searches in the beginning of every season to freshen up.
Once an avalanche have happened and you have witnessed one of the most powerful forces of nature, one of your good friends are buried, you have to act fast and precise.
If you trigger an avalanche, try to ride out at a 45-degree angle. If it takes you down, try to dig into bed surfaces or hold on to a tree. If you do get carried away with it, try to swim. Do everything you can to stay on top of the snow, where you can breathe and where your friends can see you. Put your feet first.
If you do get buried, lock your arms in front of your face. The more air you have, the longer you can survive. If you witness an avalanche with another person involved in it, watch the avalanche closely and try to keep an eye on the victim. Your last point of seeing him will be an important reference point, because you will know it's downhill from there. If you see your friend sticking out somewhere, go there immediately. Free his face from snow so he can breathe.
If you don't see him, it's your turn to be fast and precise. After 5 minutes of being buried, the chances of getting out alive are 80%. But after 20 minutes, they will have dropped down to 35%. And after 35 minutes, the chances of rescuing a live body are only 8%. So the first 10 minutes are golden. Use them smartly.
First, turn your transceiver to search. And make sure everyone else does it as well, so you won't be finding another rescuer. This is really important and easy to forget.
Set a leader. Usually the most experienced person in the group will assume leadership right away, and this step often happens automatically. But just be aware that one person is going to be in control and managing the situation.
Assess the situation and don't put rescuers into more danger. Carefully enter the area that's already slid and make sure not to slide more down to the debris. The area that has slid will be the opposite of powder, so be very careful.
Depending on the width of the slide, you will need several transceiver searchers. These will be appointed by the leader. Another person can get their probe out and the rest can assemble their shovels. The transceiver group will zigzag through the entire area in which the victim could be buried, so that each edge is approximately 20 meters below the next. That is how large your transceiver's radius is.
Once you pick up a signal, follow your signal, it will lead you to a spot you will call X.
Transceivers work with spherical waves, so the signal will send you in a curved line. Don't let that confuse you. Watch the number on your transceiver get smaller until you've reached the smallest number. I always say the numbers out aloud for some reason. Practice will get you your own routine.
Once you're at the smallest possible number, get down on the ground, hold your transceiver directly above the snow, and hold it horizontally. Holding the transceiver horizontally is very important, so you don't pick up a different wave. Go up and down till you find the smallest number. From that point, then go left and right till you find the smallest number. Then go up and down again and make sure you have the smallest number. This is where you mark your X.
It's important to know that the X is not directly above the victim. You already know that your transceiver is going to send you in a curved line, so it'll be the same scenario here.
Start probing from your X in an outward spiral till you hit the victim.
Don't be scared to jam the probe down, trust me. Feeling the poke in the face by the probe is going to be the best feeling the victim will ever experience.
Now, start dig, and dig fast. This takes the longest.
It's important and can save a lot of time to dig strategically. You want to start digging downhill from the probe at 1.5 times the depth of burial. So, if the victim's buried at 1 meter depth, you're going to step down 1.5 meter and start digging from there. Dig fast and try to paddle the snow away. Have one person in the lead and people behind him, possibly in a V shape, paddling that snow away, creating a human snow removal ramp. Make sure to spell off the lead digger to always have someone with fresh energy up there. Shoveling is very energy draining, and this keeps the energy up and is a significant time saver.
When you reach the victim, free his airways first.
Avalanche classes are offered in every country, and the faster you are with your transceiver, the better chances for survival your buried friends have. You should take an avalanche course to learn how to recognize avalanche terrain and changing avalanche conditions. You'll also learn much useful stuff on aspects, wind, and safe backcountry travel.
Have fun out there, but be safe.